It's a wonderful day. I woke up very peaceful this morning. Hopefully, you all did as well. And what's on my at meditation of the heart, which is what this is, how I structure these meetings of the heart is when we come on and everybody's here, or at least most people that register are here. First, I say a few words about something that is on my heart to say. And then I ask a question or some sort of, open the floor for responses. And then I'll answer the question last and go into the guidance from there. And this morning, what's on my heart to share is surrounding the concept of the observation of pain. The Well, there's been a lot of pain recently for a lot of people. And for some, it's through individual traumatic kind of events or losses of people and losses of things, losses of money. For others, it's, surviving some sort of abuse of some kind or some sort of sickness or some sort of something. And there's just a lot, right? There's enough to go around. And there's often, in response to this pain that we experience, a question that arises within us. And that question is, obviously, can I get rid of this? Can I be without this pain? And to be completely raw and honest with you all, that's not the right question, even though it's natural. It's natural to ask this question. But that question assumes something that isn't true, which is there is a me and then there is this pain. When really, there's no separation between you and the pain or the pleasure that you feel at any given time. You are the pain. And so if you being without the pain is possible, it must only be possible through your power of observation. You see, whatever exists in the mind of mankind, right, man and woman, whatever exists in the mind of man is temporary. The only lasting reality is called awareness or consciousness. That's even time passes through the unmoving, unchanging awareness of self. Everything else is mind. Everything else is temporary. It comes and goes, right? You're aware of it one moment, you're not aware of it the next. Even some things that are more long-term, like if you catch a cold, for a while, for a week, maybe a couple days to a week or so, or 2 weeks, depending, everything you do has this background of having a cold. But are you aware of it every single second, or are you often distracted from it for periods of time? And then when you sneeze, it's back in your awareness. And then you get busy and you get in your zone and you start doing something and it's not there anymore. Also, when you go to sleep, there's no cold following you into sleep, not even into dream most of the time. And so everything else besides what I call awareness, what a lot of people call consciousness, or what some old sages of the past and present called the self, but not the individual personal self. And so I'm not keen on using that word self in front of all audiences, but either way, just the awareness. Awareness is permanent. For there to be a universe at all, there must first be awareness. That's just logic. And so, something quite amazing and mystical about awareness or consciousness is that when you observe something in the mind, like pain, like pleasure, when you put it under the light of your conscious attention, it begins to dissolve. It begins to slowly disappear into the vastness, sort of spaciousness of the self, of awareness, right? Like during meditation, you may be inclined to observe your racing mind. And if you can do it, which some people it takes a little practice, and that's okay. But if you can do it, the racing mind slowly disappears, right? This is one of the most talked about phenomenons of meditation, that when you observe, it starts to disappear. Well, the same thing is true with pain, both physical and social pain, right? Physical and like purely emotional pain. These pains, if you beam your consciousness light onto these feelings of pain, they slowly but surely begin to disappear. Now, why is that? Because although it happens within awareness, the awareness itself is not limited, is not in the boundary of the pain. You see, the awareness is not moving with the various things of the mind. If you close your eyes and you move your head, kind of sway back and forth, your awareness is not moving with the sway of your body. You are aware that body is moving, but something is not moving. Something even more intimate than your body is not moving and is conscious. And if you keep doing this, similarly, if you keep chanting a mantra or something like that, then that observation, that conscious attention, it sort of creates some space between what you feel as yourself and the boundary of that movement. And pain is nothing but energy, right? What one person calls pain, another person calls a tickle or some sort of other sensation, right? What one person calls ouch, loneliness, another person calls peace and solitude. It's just energy, it's movement. And so my question to you all today, and hopefully we all get a chance to share, is in your own way, how will you use your powers of observation, of direct observation, I'll say, to heal yourself from pain in your own way? How will you use your power of direct observation to heal yourself of your pain, or just of pain?
And I also just dropped it in the chat in case, some of us need to see it as well.
Yeah. I almost don't want to speak so fast because it's so peaceful, and it's like that question, I don't want to even interrupt anyone's thinking pattern because that's a great one. Um so
It's all right. You can speak now or you can allow the seed to grow. Either way. You know how we do. I don't
yeah.
rush.
Um, I I'm sorry, Queenie. Did you?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, this is. Okay. I feel what comes up for me in this question is observing my response, observing my response of pain to situations, observing my pain body's reaction to situations, and just becoming aware of when I am reacting when I am reacting from a space of pain. And just being aware, of it. And then from there, I can understand, or I can start to understand where does that come from for me? Like, why does that thing trigger pain? Or, what is at the root of that pain? So it's, I don't know, this just being aware of when I'm processing something from a space of pain. And then from that awareness, trying to go a little bit deeper to understand what is the source of that. And then from that awareness, realizing, whether or not it's necessary to hold on to that anymore. And then so when I'm in a situation again that I feel that trigger, I can say, okay, yeah, this is that thing. And I know it's coming from this thing. But I don't have to embody the pain of it. I can just be aware that this is where it comes from, but this isn't where I have to go with that anymore, in a way. That makes sense. And I don't know, I think that awareness itself, just being aware of it, can start to turn it over into a new process of a new way of processing that whatever it is, that experience of emotion or of interaction. So that's kind of that's what this question has brought up for me.
Wonderful.
Thank you. This is such a good question.
For sure.
Yeah, it was a great question. Like the question, like for me, it's like because I was coming in with a narrow point of view, and it shot like down a limiting belief that just was already starting. Something that I even entered the space with a feeling, a thought that was stemming from pain, and then this made me kind of look at it, from the space of awareness. So it makes me bigger than it, which was like powerful. And then I kind of, it's kind of like a movie and not. So it's like you're witnessing all these things happening. Then I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm looking at my body, like this physical body, and awareness is bigger than all of that. But then, this body is my home. But then looking from the space of awareness, I can kind of detach from that pain, and then make it less magnified, and make that pain less magnified. I guess it, depends, because as you said, there are all types of pain. So I guess the ones I have in mind at this moment is not exactly physical pain, but just like emotional pain. But it really helped to dissolve that pain and look at it with a greater sense of like love, space, and just that space of awareness. I think is that's powerful. Thinking of it like that and knowing that to be a truth made it really powerful.
Shay.
Bless.
I think I like to tackle it head on. I do. Like if I can actually be like, oh, well, this is causing me pain. Like, why is it causing me pain? Let me take a breath and breathe through it and let it like come through my body, like before I actually react to it. But I do like want to get to the root cause and just be like, oh, okay, well, this is pain. This is where it's coming from. How's that making me feel? I can either shed a tear and ask the questions to kind of clarify. But yeah, I just want to approach it head on. I had the privilege of sitting with a gentleman this past week, and he's in his last days, and his family is around him, but a lot of them are experiencing the pain of not having like a tough conversation with him or just asking questions and getting clarified. And so I told the daughter, I said, he can still hear you. You can have that tough conversation with him if you can pose your like questions in yes or no. So I think it's more of a head on, let me tackle this type of thing for me.
For sure. For sure. Wonderful.
This is really beautiful. All of the responses so far just keep like what comes into my mind is the process, the trigger workbook that that we put in the members area for the Thrive Club a while back, and it was birthed out of so much pain for me in my life, in a moment of just experiencing a lot of emotional pain, and it walks through these things that you all are mentioning, like, okay, where did this come from? Is it even mine? The questions like, how is this experienced in the body? How is it experienced in thought beyond just the feeling of it? And then coming to a space of deeper awareness, like a deeper observation with not to condemn it for being there, the pain, but just to understand it beyond all the words and all of the 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 things that it could be and it should be and it shouldn't be or whatever. Sitting with it, just sitting with it like you would hold space for a little child, sitting with yourself. And then from there, just that awareness deepening even further to realize that, this pain, this trigger, this past trauma, or however it's identified, it also dissolves within that space of awareness, that divine energy that flows through me, that flows through you, that flows through all things, took a shape for a moment. And that memory of how that shape was and how it felt like pain, revisit it for a moment. And just to be present with it, because all pain is like in my eyes, it's kind of like an opportunity to love something or understand it in another way that's still there. It's still the opportunity is here. And just to realize that there's a greater awareness. So for me, I will use the power of observation, getting into the breath, getting into just being still, taking more moments to be still and observe, still within. Not necessarily do I have to be still within my body, but practicing an active meditation throughout my day where I take this moment, and this moment never ends. It's eternal, of stillness and observing. So just being more intentional, relaxing into this moment. The more that we relax, the less resistance, the less pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Bless, 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 bless. Thank you all. For my answer to, in my own way, how will I use my powers of observation, direct observation, to heal myself from pain? It's like this. When you know who you are through and through, and in the moment, right? When you know who you are in this moment, you are free. And so to use my powers of observation to heal myself from pain, I must be able, and I will, observe the me that separates pain from self and says, there is me and there is my pain, in some sort of duality. I will erase the duality of it. And when unpleasant movements of energy come through this vessel in any way, social pain, emotional pain, physical pain, when these movements of energy come through, I will observe the me that says, I am in pain. And by observing him and letting him dissolve, there will come a point where there's no separation, but also there will come a point where there is no one complaining, comparing, wishing, and all of this nonsense. Now, I don't say nonsense to be some sort of way. I digress. How did you get a 100 reaction? Are those in here now? Oh, yeah, they're in here now. Okay.
It just was the plus sign.
Anyway, I've never seen that. That was awesome. Okay. And let's go ahead and move into the guidance. So of course, we're going to begin by, I'm just going to invite that you find a comfortable way to sit or lay back, but with your spine in somewhat of a straight line. Give a few moments for that. And we're going to begin today's meditation as we always do, with a deep breath. We're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth together on the count of 3. And when we breathe in, we're going to breathe in peace. Meaning we're going to breathe in this moment, this present moment's peace. Not a peace that you have to cultivate or calm down to reach, but the peace that is already here, hiding behind your thoughts and movements of energy. And when we breathe out the mind, that simply means we're going to breathe out all of the words and all of the interpretations and comparisons, and just be here. By the time that breath is out, you will just be here. So on the count of 3, we'll go in the nose with peace. 1, 2, 3. In. And out. Welcome to this moment, everyone. Bring awareness to the very top of your head. Become aware of your crown. For just a moment. And allow this awareness to bring relaxation to the top of your head. For just a moment, stay right there. And as you continue to breathe naturally, without force, you may feel your awareness start to spread. Your awareness may cover your forehead, down to the space behind your eyes, around between the ears, to the back of your head. Just allow the awareness to bring relaxation wherever it goes. To the space behind your nose, around the sides to your jaw, down through your lips and your chin, and just allow it to relax. Becoming aware of your neck, down through your throat to your collar, around to the top of your spine, through the shoulder blades, around the shoulders, all the way to your lungs and into your heart. What do you feel radiating from your own heart? As you continue to breathe naturally, moving further through your solar plexus, around to your ribs, your back, your spine, and down through your kidneys, around through your belly, and with every breath, allowing your awareness to spread without anticipation or expectation. Just watch it all relax. Becoming aware of the hips, down through your root, and out through the thighs, breathing through the knees, around to the calves, and back around to the shins. Being aware of your ankles, heels, to the top of the foot, through the bottom, this movement of energy we call relaxation throughout the whole body seen from one place. Awareness. In meditation of the heart, where you're seeing from is more important and more life-changing than what you see. For as your attention flows from here to there, your awareness remains unchanging. And so finally, we become aware of awareness itself. The eternal now, which never turns into then. The infinite here, which never turns into there. Pure consciousness. The I am. Your spirit all of these different names for the same divine presence within. The space through which even the mighty mind is allowed to exist and dance. Being aware of awareness itself is to forget the personal self, for awareness is not personal. Just like the ocean has no favorite waves, no favorite fish, the self, or pure awareness, has no favorite mood or state of mind. It is simply here. Unchanging, infinite, now. Whatever pain or movements of energy stillness brings to the surface, just observe them. Remain the witness. For this is what it truly means to be yourself. The mind, which loops eternal comparison, cannot tell you who you really are. For what you are is beyond the mind. So do not think about what you are hearing. Instead, confirm for yourself where you are looking from. Is it personal? Is it telling a story of my life? Or is it simply here? Indescribable, holy, pure, and at peace. When you experience great storms of emotion and thought, it is because at your core you are still, that you even know you are experiencing storms of the sort. It is because you are still at your core that you know you exist. Becoming familiar with your own essence is to become familiar with true stillness, beyond the mind, beyond emotion, even beyond time. From this place, observe even the sense of self, the personal self. Watch him closely. And it will dissolve into the truth. With no personal effort needed on your behalf. Simply remain the witness. not only observing the play of the mind, but also the one who suffers the mind. For this will give you insight into the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Ashe. On the count of 3, we're going to take our final deep breath. We're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth together, breathing in peace, breathing out the mind. 1, 2, 3. In with peace. And out. Welcome to this moment, everyone. I invite you to move your bodies a tad. If you haven't moved your legs and feet in a while, bring some life and circulation and breath back into them. Check in, check in. Maybe take a sip of water. That's good. I'd love to know, how are you guys doing? How was this morning's Friday meditation for you all?
Something.
It was very relaxing from head to toe. I love that, bringing awareness to different parts of my body and allowing it to just relax. Because I'm like waking up from sleep and still not always realizing the tension that you carry with starting off a day. So that was lovely. And at some point, just this feeling of love came up, just like love. And then after that, I got a little distracted. It's like, oh, love. So it's here. Okay, cool. And then I got a little distracted, but that's okay. And then got back. And then it's interesting because, like, at the end, and it's like, well, move your, feet or just wake yourself up. And then I'm like looking at my feet, like, wait a minute. Wow. I was like, went somewhere, like, what? I'm back here. Oh, okay. So I'm grateful for it. I appreciated it. And it's going to really inform my day.
That's great. That's interesting. It's interesting. You say love came over you for a little bit. Sometimes when you guys say things like that, I'm like, I wonder what that, it's like, how some things you can't describe. Like I can't describe how pizza tastes to me in a way that you could experience it. It's like that. Like I was like, man, I wonder what that means, like to her. Love came over me for a second.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, it's hard to describe. It's just like, just a feeling and a knowing. And it just was like, wow, okay. Then I got distracted after that because it's like, oh, yeah.
I haven't done the body scan in a minute. I thought it was a good time. Good day. Do the body scan. Cheryl, it looked like you were going to say something a second ago, but I didn't catch if you said anything.
It was just really peaceful. I think once like going through the meditation.
It's a little hard to hear. I think you're a little muffled. Maybe fingers over the mic, or I'm not sure.
Yes, it's not coming through very clear. I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on. You hear my dog?
Yes.
Oh, it was just peaceful through the meditation. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Glad to hear.
So really, I just feel still in that state of peace. Feel really good, and the body scan was. I love body scans, but it was really nice to come into this meditation with that. So I'll just keep the awareness going. Feel really good. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks for coming, sis. I appreciate it.
Y'all know. It had been too long.
Yeah. So that's wonderful to hear, everyone. I guess as always, I'll put the excuse me, the donation links in the chat. If you could donate, that's really, really helpful. Of course, the replay link is also in this note that I dropped in the chat. Donations are not required for you to come back next Friday. They just help keep things like this free, and they help me intensely, so they're much appreciated. And other than that, if there's, let me see, are there any announcements for this week?
Yes.
We do have some announcements. What are the announcements, Tensi? You're better than Venmo. Yes, we got Venmo. It's a Tensi, take over for me.
Okay. Yes, so we have a few announcements. Real quick, a phrase that came to me during meditation was like something from the Freedom Without Form playlist, the wisdom from the masters. It was like, you don't go looking for God. You be still, and God will come looking for you. And so when Queenie was talking about love came over, it's like whenever we find ourselves still and observed in that, from that stillness, there's a effortlessness falling away of everything that's not you. So, the nature of everyone and everything is love. So you just naturally in that state. Yes, we do have some some announcements. This Sunday is the create along for the Thrive Club. So we're doing comedic yoga and some meditation. So getting into the body, getting into some intentional movement. Comedic yoga, in case, for anyone that doesn't know, just in case, it's ancient Egyptian yoga. And it's really around the breath. It's around circulating the energy, the life force within your body, and allowing that to aid in body healing, emotional healing, and to, well, of course, flexibility and strength training and stuff like that too. But it's a very meditative, involved, and restorative practice. Think of all the styles of yoga wrapped up into one beautiful bow. And so that's what we're going to be doing Sunday at 1 on Zoom. The only way that you can participate is if you register by Saturday at 1. So you have a little bit of time to register. And if, depending on who registers, we'll do it, and the replay will be posted in the members area for the Thrive Club. Also, at the end of the month, we have the monthly motivation group coaching call for everyone in the Thrive Club. That's going to be on the 29th. The same thing, 24 hours before the doors close, and that's it for registering. It's not like the meditation where you can register once it's still kind of going on. It's so please do look out for those emails. Look out in the Facebook group Freedom Tribe for links and things. If you have any questions, let me know. And let me see what else.
Oh, we got the thing with Ava coming up.
Yes, on the 28th. Yeah. So it's a Saturday. We're gonna be doing another plant-based cook-along. So this is something that you don't have to be in the Thrive Club to participate. Nope. It's an a la carte type deal, and we're doing it through in partnership with the Divine Timing Center. Yep. And yeah, we can get that link to you all as well. So do you have the link to share?
I know the general one.
We'll text it to you. We'll text it to you for sure. And that's a way to, hop on Zoom live in the kitchen, get your grocery list, get everything. And we're going to be making a cool meal together. So right now there's voting open for what meal you want to make, whether it's a smoothie bowl or something savory. And registration for that event will close the week before. So it's going to be live on the 28th of August, but registration closes on the 21st. And you get some freebies with that if you register.
Yep, you get some freebies. We're doing freebies. I just put the link to the Divine Timing website. If you scroll down to the middle of the page, you'll see a big picture of me and Tensi, and that's how you can sign up for the plant-based cook-along class. They're calling it a class or a course. If you've experienced the plant-based cook-along with us, then you know it's much more than that. A lot of fun that we're gonna have together. So the reason you got to register by the 21st is because we want to give you enough time to get your groceries, to get to look over and get familiar with the recipe, and stuff like that. And you know, you get your freebies in your email and whatnot. So register, bring a friend, bring 3 of them. And yeah, that's gonna be really nice, really good experience. We love doing these cook-alongs, man. It's a blast. Queenie, how you like the cook-alongs, Queenie? You've been to more of them than anyone else. Did you get your day started already? Are we holding y'all up?
No, I'm sometimes to get to the mute unmute. This takes a second. I'm on my phone, you know.
Yeah.
So I love the create alongs. Oh my goodness, I love to be motivated. And as a teacher, you know, most of my time, teacher and counselor, always, you know, doing something for other people to be able to receive in this way is wonderful. To be taught how to take care of yourself and encouraged with gentle and patient people is beyond. So I love it, and it's informed a lot of my eating patterns and just informed just a lot of things in my life. So thank you, and I highly recommend it at all times.
Word. Thank you for that. I'll have you write that down one day.
Absolutely.
What'd you say, Tensi?
We'll also post the link to the cook-along in the tribe. But so far,
I'll put it in the chat too right now. But yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be in the tribe. It'll be in the Facebook tribe too. Yeah.
And everything else that I mentioned is in the tribe. All you got to do is go to the announcement section, and it's the main focus. So, yeah, thank you for being here. Always sending unconditional love to everyone here. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Queenie. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you all. It's always a blessing. So.
Same here, genuinely. Thank y'all so much. So beautiful to be in this space with y'all.
Yep. See you Sunday.
See you.
See ya.
Have a great day. Bye.